All right, you guys, let's make this one count. Class.
Yes.
Woo! That was actually pretty good. All right, that's good. All right, so 12.5. I handed you guys a big printout of the table. If you notice the third slide, it's kind of small, so I printed off a bigger copy. So my first hour didn't get the big copy, but you guys do. Make life a whole lot easier. So we're going to do a lot of what we already did, but we're going to use that to find percentiles. So in my notes, we are on page number... This is 31, right? Because I know everyone's writing this because we have 12.5 and then 12.6. 12.6 is the last section of this unit, and then we take a test. So I know your notebook is being kept up to date because that's what good students do. All right. Yes. So we have, here's the table that you guys have. Example 1, finding percentage of data items less than a given data item. Remember when we were talking about this yesterday, I said, hey, there is 100 people in this group. 100 people in this group. If you are the 75th percentile, how many people did you do better than?
74.
Very good. And that's exactly what we're talking about now. Now we're actually using our z-score to figure out what our percentile is using your table which was given to you. So let's do this. So according to the Department of Health Education, cholesterol levels are normally distributed for males between 18 and 24 years. The mean, which is my average, right, is 178.1. Standard deviation is 40.7. What percentage of males in this age range have cholesterol less than 239.15? So here's the formula. Even gives you the correct notation. When you say Z at that point, that's your data item you're going to use. So my data item was 239.15 minus the, there we go, 178.1, the mean, divided by 40.7, my standard deviation. And all you people right now are going to be doing this in your handy dandy calculator. And before you start calling out answers, give us a second. We got some people that still have to pick up a calculator to do their work. You got this. You can do it. You can do it. It's all up to you. Okay. Okay. You can do it, okay. Jokes are bad, okay. Do the word. Yes, you have it in your hand, but you have to put stuff in it. Got it? All right, so what do you got?
1.5.
1.5. Positive or negative?
Positive.
So I get a positive 1.5. So that is my z-score, is positive 1.5. Now, let's go to the table. Go find positive 1.5. So my percentile is 93.32 percentile. So if we're talking about this, that means we basically did better than 93 of those 100 people, right? So if you're the 93rd.32 percentile, you did better than 93, but how many people did better than you? Let's just say it's 90. So it should be 7, right? So if it's all supposed to add up to 100, you would just subtract it from 100. So let's just say it's 7 right there. So 7 people did better than you, 93, you did better than. Does that make sense? That's it. That's like the lesson for today. All you have to do is figure that out. Okay. Wow. Yeah. Seriously, if I had one of those buttons, that was easy, right?
My English teacher.
I found one at
Staples.
no, it wasn't Staples. It was at Spencer's,
Oh.
and it just says that's your mom.
What are you doing at Spencer's?
Getting a button that says that's your mom.
Kiki Pacho. That's crazy.
And instead of that was easy. Come on, it was a your mama joke, so that was funny, and I actually sent it to my one of my best friends.
Sam Pacha, the only people that go to Spencer's are people that can't go to the castles because they're not old enough, or people that need a new gold piece.
Really?
Wait, what is Spencer?
Exactly my point.
Well, he can't go to either of those.
Yeah.
Anyway, you got issues, seriously.
Me?
Oh, anyway,
You're the one at Spencer's, man.
to go get a joke button. Come on now.
I'm just saying.
Ah,
That's exactly.
Wait, but
anyway.
weren't you just in Spencer's when we went to the mall?
Oh.
Weren't you there with me?
Hey. All right, let's keep going. This next one, it says 5 percentages of data items between two given data items in a normal distribution. So, what is a normal distribution? What's the shape of a normal distribution?
A bell.
Bell curve. So when I say normal distribution, you guys say bell curve. So if it's a normal distribution,
It's a bell curve.
bell curve. Very good. All right. So we do this. Data item minus the mean. So find the z-score. Get my percentage. Subtract the lesser percentage from the greater and slap the percentage sign on it.
So basically did the same thing and looked at the table.
And then, because you have two different ones, right?
Mm-hmm.
Subtract. So find out the difference in between those two. So, here we go. Says the amount of time that self-employed Americans work each week is normally distributed with the mean of 44.6 hours, standard deviation of 14.4 hours. What percentage of self-employed individuals in the United States work between 37.4 and 80.6 hours per week? Now, I'm going to go off and right here. So I'm going to first find the z-score. My bottom z-score was 37.4. So that would be 37.4 minus, what is my mean?
44.6.
4.6. Divided by standard deviation.
14.4. -0.5.
Alright, gotta give me a second. I gotta yell at Seth for, being on Tinder we're supposed to be in. Put the stupid phone away. Do the calculation. Some people.
Are you 30?
Alrighty. So my z-score is a
-0.5.
okay, and since this is always two decimals, I'm gonna put a 0 right here. Why not? Because all my chart has two zeros, right? Or two decimals. Good. Now let's do the top end of this. So the top end would be the z-score of 80.6. So 80.6 minus the mean, 44.6, divided by standard deviation. And you are calculating this right, meow, right? I'm filling this up. Okay, good. Okay, so now we're going to do the other one. Because there's a top and a bottom. Yeah, it goes with that one, with that next one, because that's where all the word problem is. All right, so what do we get here on this?
2.5.
Positive 2.5, very good. Now, I'm going to take these and I'm going to convert these to percentiles. So on my, I'm going to go back, oh come on, running out of ink. There you go. All right, so now we're back to the table. So it's negative 0.5. Negative 0.5 is right here.
Oh.
Negative 0.50. And my other one was 2.5?
Yeah, so 99.3.
Very good. So those are my two I'm going to use. This one we said was 99 point,
3.8.
and this one was?
30.85%.
Is everyone following, or is anyone questioning so far?
Come on, man, that's too easy.
Go ahead.
How did you choose -0.50 at 30.85 and not -3.5? Oh, wait.
Because that's my z-score that I just got. So I'm using the z-scores from my table. Now, since I want to find the difference, I would just subtract.
Right.
Top minus bottom. Okay? The higher one, subtract the lower one. So it's going to be 99.38
Wait.
minus 30.8.
Subtract the lesser percentile from the greater percentile. Wouldn't it be the
The
other way?
lesser from the do it backwards?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. And we come up with the grand total of
68.53.
and that is the difference in between the two. So if we're talking about comparing two people's test scores on the last test, okay, one person got a 37.4, the other person got an 80.6, okay, and we're talking about percentiles in between them. So we get the z-score, and so this talks about not just percentages of your actual score, this is saying the people that scored this. So 68.5% of the people scored in between those two test scores. Does that make sense? So it's not just saying what your percentages are, it's the people that are in between those two. Does that make sense or nonsense? Kinda? Okay. Más o menos? A little bit?
Menos más.
Menos más? Are we okay so far?
We're great. Like frosted flakes.
No regrets.
Mishak, still good?
No regrets.
You alright? Or
All we know is that
I can expand on this if you need some help.
no regrets.
No regrets.
Okay. Alright, let's see. So we already did this one. I just did it on another page. And so it's basically we found here and here and the percent of all the people that scored in between those two is what we are finding. All right. This goes with the homework. Says percentage of data items given less than a given data item. So, if it's less than a data item, my answer is that data item and the percent. That's my answer. Find the percentile, that's your answer. Does that make sense? Dougie, did you pay attention there? You zoned out, didn't you? You were checking out that plant.
What?
Huh? Are you okay?
Okay.
Okay. Hey, my plants are pretty cool back there. See, they're growing like crazy.
Some of them are dying.
No, they're not.
No, they're not. The green.
That's what I'm saying.
Huh?
One in the middle.
You said brown. I didn't see brown. That one is in the light.
No, actually, none of them. Like all of them are actually a lot better than what they were at the beginning of the year. They barely made it through summer here.
What about the one in the middle?
The one in the middle?
So they were kings.
Oh, that's a
one's
palm.
green.
That's a palm.
Yeah, but they're not supposed to be brown. They're supposed to be green.
Yeah, but it's also gets kind of cold in here because it's a desert plant. So
Why would you be cruel to the plant?
because it's a house plant and it actually,
Parents cover the
but
plants.
it's look.
Wall covers the plants.
Think of it like this. Think of it like this. Okay, how many people in this room have said something stupid? Okay, so what I'm doing in here is that plant is restoring the oxygen that you're wasting from everyone else. So, my drill sergeant, we had a guy in basic training, he got in trouble. So, do you know what he had to do?
Yes, Drill Sergeant.
He had to carry around a plant all the time because drill sergeant said that everything he said was stupid. He was wasting his oxygen.
That's funny.
I know that was, right?
That's funny.
But still, it was. Yeah, but you see a private in basic training carrying around a house plant. That was pretty funny, though.
Be
Anyway,
surprised.
I am.
yeah, I know. Ask your boyfriend about it, right?
No.
Yes.
he's hiding
Anyway,
something like that.
Percentage.
This is why we don't bring him up.
Percentage of data items greater than a given data item. So we take our percent, we subtract it from 100.
No.
So let's go back to what we were saying earlier. So if you were in the 75th percentile, okay, right at the 75. So you subtract that from 100, and then how many people scored above that? 25. Yeah, 25. We're just basically going by that. So in the percentiles, you're going to subtract it from 100 to get your answer. So z-score from A, subtract 100, add the sign. Percentile of data items between two given items. That's like what we just did with the two percentages. We just subtract the top minus the bottom. Does that make sense? Any questions? Concerns? Complaints? Jaden, you alright? You're like zoning out there. Huh? You. Alright, okay. Duchess, we'll get back into that here in a moment. Okay, alright. Listen, that's it. I want you guys to like, share, and subscribe. Hit that notification button and support my channel. Buy stuff from my merch store.